In the Zenin clan, the importance of potential through inherited curse techniques and proficiency with Jujutsu is on another level compared to anything that we've seen throughout the entire series. The Zenin clan determines a set lifestyle and career path for any of its descendants based on their value, which is decided by them holding various powerful curse techniques. But by holding the clan to its strict regulations, the Zenin clan rose to become one of the big 3 Jujutsu families. But there's 2 people in particular whose very existence defies the entire existence of not just the Zenin clan, but the entire Jujutsu world: Maki Zenin and Toji Fushiguro. While not having the ability to perform a single Jujutsu technique, they've both grown to the heights to become one of the most impressive characters in the entire series. Throughout my videos in the past, the most requested topic by far has been to cover the power of these 2 uncontrollable monsters. In this video, I'll be going over the power, arsenal progression, and overall combat prowess between these 2 demons, to clear up any misconception about the power of both of these demonic fighters. If you enjoy Jujutsu Kaisen content, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and comment on some video ideas you want to see be done down below. Maki and Toji hands down are the 2 most powerful characters in Jujutsu Kaisen when it comes down to raw power, and it's all possible through Heavenly Restriction. Heavenly Restriction places certain limitations on the user, but compensates for them in other areas, enhancing their abilities. Similar to how when losing one of the 5 senses, many believe in return, your 4 other senses become more refined. For example, both Maki and Toji's Heavenly Restriction places limitations on their body to perform Jujutsu, but in return grants them insane physical prowess. This is all done by restricting their capacity for cursed energy. In Toji's case from birth, he had absolutely 0 cursed energy. However, Maki is a little bit different. Unlike Toji, Maki wasn't born with completely 0 cursed energy, meaning she would never gain the capacity for physical prowess Toji was granted from having completely 0 cursed energy. The fanbook says that Toji's Heavenly Restriction is stronger than Maki's. While Maki has as much cursed energy as an ordinary person, Toji has absolutely 0 cursed energy. Maki didn't have the capacity for Jujutsu and didn't have the capacity to become strong enough like Toji. On both sides of the Jujutsu world, Maki was nothing special. Despite her limitations, however, Maki was still a strong sorcerer. This version of Maki's most impressive display of strength is during the Kyoto Goodwill event. As for strength and speed, Maki is able to easily contend and overpower Miwa, who says that she would have died not once but twice at this point if it was a real fight, and Maki exposed her blade instead of covering it. Miwa also calls Mai an idiot for underestimating Maki, because Mai earlier remarked that she's worthless, but Miwa reiterates that Maki is actually crazy strong. Maki's easily able to take down Miwa without even breaking a sweat, and continues to make her way onto the rest of the competition. Against her twin sister Mai, Maki's easily able to evade and deflect Mai's bullets, and even ends up catching one with her bare hands at point blank range. This feat has been calced anywhere in between subsonic and even hypersonic speeds, and this calc in particular will be in the description below. Maki is also able to contend with a special grade curse spirit named Hanami. Even while blocking, Hanami gets knocked away easily by Maki's playful cloud strike. She's able to perform combination strikes with Megami and even damage the cursed spirit before tapping out to let Todo and Yuji finish the battle. During these instances, Maki displays her talent as a tactician in combat. When Miwa activates her simple domain, Maki breaks her cursed tool in half, trading her extended reach for a decoy to allow her to close the gap between her and Miwa. Maki and Megami trade weapons to confuse Hanami, leading to Hanami blocking a pointless attack from Megami's sword strike before Megami comes in behind Hanami and lands a strike with Playful Cloud. Maki and Megami then trade back weapons before launching a combination strike on Hanami's weak point. Maki's hand-to-hand combat is also nearly unparalleled among sorcerers. She's able to easily take down Miwa using Aikido, a modern Japanese martial art, and even use a disarming technique to take away Miwa's sword. Even Maki's influence as an amazing hand-to-hand fighter is also pretty insane. The fanbook says that Maki is actually the person who taught Megami how to use his curse tools, and in a guidebook for JJK0, it's actually said that Maki was Yuda's biggest influence for basic combat and taught him how to use a sword. Now that we've covered a bit of an introduction to Maki, we'll do the same for Toji. Toji Zenin, who now goes by Fushiguro after his wife, is introduced in chapter 65 and is born without an ounce of cursed energy. In other words, while Toji has the same imperfection as Maki in the sense that he doesn't have the capacity to perform Jujutsu or hold cursed techniques, Toji has perfected his imperfection in a way like no one else has done before. And the more we see him fight, and the way he fights specifically, only further solidifies this idea. Around 2006, Toji had built a career for himself as an assassin, even going as far as earning the nickname Sorcerer Killer from the jobs he'd complete. His talent would even go as far as getting him a job to kill the Star Plasma Vessel who's being guarded by the kid with the 6 eyes, Satoru Gojo. Toji, like Maki, is also gifted outside of Heavenly Restriction with a talent for developing strategy. Toji, instead of immediately heading his way to kill the Star Plasma Vessel, he places a bounty on the vessel instead. Toji used the 30 million yen, which was payment for the job, to put a target on the Star Plasma Vessel's back. Having a bounty on this caliber would set a beacon for all cursed users looking to make some quick cash, forcing Satoru Gojo to constantly be on guard for possibly days on end. This would theoretically wear down Gojo, making it easier for Toji to surprise attack the 6 eyes and complete the job. As Toji's plan came closer and closer to fruition, it worked nearly perfectly. While not having any cursed energy may seem at face value to be the worst limitation to have in a world based around Jujutsu sorcery, it actually comes with some great advantages. Without cursed energy, Toji is now the Invisible Man. He's undetectable to any cursed energy-based sensory, and with no cursed energy, Toji leaves behind no residuals. During an interview with Gege Akutami, the mangaka for Jujutsu Kaisen, in an interview, Gege said that Toji has absolutely zero cursed energy. The reason why Maki is not resistant to curses, but Toji is because his heavenly restriction has strengthened him so much that his eyesight is extremely sharp. This likely grants Toji the ability to see cursed spirits without special glasses like Maki. Having zero cursed energy also means that Toji can pass freely through barrier techniques. This is because barrier techniques treat those without cursed energy as buildings or inanimate objects. Inside domain expansions, the guaranteed hits are a direct result of having a barrier constructed with your own domain expansion. Because barrier techniques don't have the capabilities to detect those without cursed energy, similar to buildings or inanimate objects, even inside of domains, those without any cursed energy are completely undetectable and cannot be targeted through can't miss attacks. Because Toji has absolutely zero cursed energy, he's not recognized in the grading system for Jujutsu sorcerers. In the fanbook, it says that the Jujutsu Society has no intention of issuing classification for those with physically gifted heavenly restriction, meaning any statements grouping together Jujutsu sorcerers as a whole do not include Toji. For example, Naobito being stated to be the fastest sorcerer outside of Satoru Gojo wouldn't include Toji because he's not recognized as a Jujutsu sorcerer. Toji's arsenal consists of 3 cursed tools: the Inverted Spear of Heaven, the Chain of 1,000 Miles, and the Split Soul Katana. The Inverted Spear of Heaven is a special grade curse tool. The tool has the effect of forcibly stopping and shutting off cursed techniques. The most known example of this is by shutting down Infinity. By using the Inverted Spear of Heaven, Toji was able to bypass what the fanbook calls a barrier that manifests infinity and prevents any contact. The effect of the Inverted Spear of Heaven makes it arguably one of the most powerful game-changing abilities in Jujutsu Kaisen, even making someone like Toji, who has absolutely no talent for Jujutsu, able to bypass the greatest defense in the entire Jujutsu world. The Chain of 1,000 Miles is also another special grade curse tool. This tool can extend endlessly as long as its end is not seen by anyone. Toji can use this in combination with his Inverted Spear of Heaven to increase the spear's reach across long distances. By pulling against the chain like a whip, Toji can set its path and reach opponents out of arm's reach. Toji's final tool in his arsenal is his Soul Split Katana. While it may not be listed as a special grade curse tool, nonetheless, it's arguably one of the most powerful tools in Toji's arsenal. On the surface, a simple sword infused with cursed energy costing over 500 million yen might seem to be a little bit pricey, but it's only the cover page for the value that this weapon really holds. The Soul Split Katana has the ability to bypass the durability of any substance with a slice directly to the soul. In other words, somebody like Mahito, who couldn't be damaged by anybody aside from Yuji and Sukuna, would be cut down by the Soul Split Katana extremely easily. However, using the sword to its fullest potential requires an eye that can observe the soul's inorganic matter. We'll come back to this concept later in this video. Toji carries all of his cursed tools in a grade 3 cursed spirit. In the JJK Giga Autumn booklet, the cursed spirit made an appearance and it's said to be a 4D storage space. Fourth dimensional storage is a concept constructed in physics in which the capacity to store items would be constructed using 4 dimensions as opposed to 3. This cursed spirit gives Toji the capacity to hold a large arsenal of weapons in what is actually just a small cursed spirit kept at arm's reach. We're hinted at a similar concept even all the way back in chapter 13 when Maki says that Panda holds one of her cursed tools, but Panda notes that some Jujutsu sorcerers use cursed spirits to store their weapons. However, since these spirits are extremely difficult to control and capture, they are considered rare. With the same concept we're hinted towards all the way back in chapter 13 seems to be the same concept Toji is employing into his arsenal right now. Toji not having any cursed energy making him the Invisible Man allows him to store his cursed spirit in his own stomach. Toji says that the Invisible Man should have invisible guts too, meaning even with the cursed spirit inside of him, he's still completely undetectable. As for gauging Toji's strength, I'll compare his best showings during this arc to illustrate what we can gather from both of his fights against Gojo and Geto. It's important to note that during Toji's first fight with Gojo and during his fight with Geto, both Geto and Gojo are stated multiple times to be the strongest people during this point in time. Both Geto and Gojo have reinforced the idea multiple times that they're both the strongest around. During his first fight with Gojo in chapter 71, like I've already mentioned, Toji's plan to wear down Gojo and surprise attack Gojo when he's worn down actually worked. Toji had used a normal katana, not a cursed tool. Because cursed tools are imbued with cursed energy, when Toji holds a cursed tool, his presence becomes known. But by using normal weaponry ranging anywhere from a simple katana to a pistol, he's back to being the Invisible Man. What makes this even more impressive is that the Six Eyes grant Gojo razor-sharp instincts. Even when Toji's back to being the Invisible Man, Gojo is the only person ever who was able to notice Toji's presence when he was standing behind them. Gojo then counters by using his Limitless Curse technique and activating Blue, the power of attraction, to throw Toji up in the sky. Suguru Geto then follows this up with his own curse technique, Curse Spirit Manipulation, and summons a massive curse spirit that swallows Toji whole. But of course this isn't enough to defeat a monster like Toji. Toji used his Split Soul Katana to slice through the curse spirit easily. Toji remarks that he hoped to finish off Gojo with that last strike, but he must be getting rusty. Even when Gojo used Blue again to launch Toji to the sky, he dodges and stands right behind Gojo on a rooftop completely unfazed. Gojo then notes that it's not that Toji's simply fast, but because he has zero cursed energy, he can't read his moves. This This goes back to a concept that we learned from Todo all the way back in Goodwill. By looking at the large buildups of cursed energy in their opponent's flow, sorcerers can predict incoming attacks. For example, if the sorcerer's opponent holds a large buildup of cursed energy in their right hand, it's safe to assume that a right punch is incoming. However, elite sorcerers with higher accuracy when it comes to flowing their cursed energy make it harder to predict their upcoming attacks. Although because Toji has no cursed energy, there's obviously no flow of cursed energy to read, giving Toji one of the best advantages against sorcerers in the entire series. When Gojo attempts to use blue for a third time in this fight, Toji gets launched into a neighboring building. But Toji recovers so fast that he's able to get away from Gojo, and Gojo actually loses the position of where Toji's currently at. When Gojo attempts to sense the cursed spirit that's on Toji's body, Gojo then activates blue for a fourth time, but this time at maximum output. Using blue, Gojo clears the area to reduce any blind spots for Toji's surprise attacks. Toji then used this cursed spirit to release fly heads to blind Gojo's perception from nearly all angles. While Gojo contemplates using blue one more time, Toji ends up sneaking behind Gojo. By using the inverted Spear of Heaven, Toji's able to bypass Gojo's infinity and rip through Gojo's throat. Toji then follows this up with a barrage of strikes, ending it with a last strike to Gojo's head before Toji begins walking off. During his fight with Geto, Toji begins by revealing information about his heavenly restriction to give what Geto calls an advantage. Thanks to a translator on Twitter named Lightning446, we gain more of an insight when this is more accurately retranslated from the original Japanese text. A more accurate retranslation would be Geto saying that disclosing information will increase Toji's abilities. The phrase used here is the same one used during the Goodwill event when Todo discloses his cursed technique to Hanami in exchange for higher cursed energy levels. The fanbook classifies heavenly restriction as a binding vow given at birth. A binding vow that is forcibly given to someone at birth is called heavenly restriction, whereby in compensation for imposing a limit, grand effects can be obtained. Similar to how Todo raised his cursed energy levels by disclosing his cursed technique to Hanami, Toji is likely doing something similar to his heavenly restriction, increasing his physical prowess in exchange for disclosing important information about his heavenly restriction. During this fight, Toji is able to easily cut down Geto's Rainbow Dragon Cursed Spirit. This cursed spirit in particular has the highest durability out of all the cursed spirits in Geto's arsenal. After being trapped inside Geto's cursed spirit's simple domain and being forced to answer a question to escape, Toji is able to quickly swat away the cursed spirit's attack like it's nothing. When Geto gets close to Toji, Toji calls him an idiot for attempting to get this close and says that Geto has no chance against him. Because of the relationship between Toji and his cursed spirit, when Geto attempted to take Toji's cursed spirit, the cursed spirit rejected Geto and repelled his attack. Toji then swaps out his inverted Spear of Heaven for another sword and cuts down Geto before knocking him to the ground, ending the fight. It's important to note that at the end of his fight with Gojo, Toji notes that he's rusty and starting to remember how to do this. Toji's talent as a tactician and his physical prowess gifted through heavenly restriction allowed him to take down one of the two strongest sorcerers in this era, who by judging by this chart, should be around grade 1 at this point in time. But just to shortly recap Toji's important feats, Toji's speed was enough to overwhelm Gojo and even evade blue at point blank range and even cut down Geto pretty easily. Toji's also strong enough to slice through Gojo and Geto's Rainbow Dragon, which has the highest durability out of all of Geto's cursed spirits. This was all done while Toji's rusty and still remembering how to do this. The obvious difference between Maki at this point and Toji is that Maki simply is a portion of what Toji truly was. Like I've mentioned already, Maki doesn't have the capacity for Jujutsu, and Maki also doesn't have zero cursed energy like Toji. Maki having the bit of cursed energy that she does means that she hardly has any of the benefits that Toji does. Maki can't see cursed spirits without glasses, Maki isn't resistant to cursed spirits, and when you compare the superhuman strength that Maki does have, Toji was able to easily take down two grade 1 sorcerers who stand at the current world's peak of Jujutsu, when Maki at this point is only around grade 2 level. When both of these characters finally meet during the Shibuya incident, this difference becomes even further reinforced. During the Shibuya incident, when Maki, Naobito, and Nanami encounter Dagon, Dagon doesn't even take Maki seriously. When dividing his power, he focuses 70 on Naobito and 30 on Nanami, and doesn't even focus 1% of his power on Maki. Dagon even remarks later on that she's the weakest one here. But when Toji encounters Dagon, it's a completely different story. Upon entering the domain, Maki stands confused. Toji was able to move midair, and his strength was able to completely overpower Maki. Toji grabs Playful Cloud, a special grade curse tool that's pure solid striking power. The strength of Playful Cloud is fully dependent on the strength of the user, making it the perfect weapon for somebody like Toji. Toji's able to fully beat down Dagon's Shikigami. He's fast enough to run on water and get even faster after that. Even Dagon's most powerful Shikigami get absolutely destroyed by Toji, and Maki just stands in awe. Toji then begins rubbing both ends of Playful Cloud together, turning the 3-section staff into a 3-section spear. Dagon then launches himself into the air, but Toji manages to stack the 3 sections of Playful Cloud and boost himself up into the air and relentlessly stab Dagon, even going as far as breaking the links in between Playful Cloud and exercising the cursed spirit. Even from Maki's own perspective, Toji is now what she has the potential to become. During Megami's encounter later on with Toji, Megami says that Toji is the version of Maki that's now fully realized. In an interview in the fanbook, Gege was asked an interesting question. Toji was said to be the perfected version of Maki, but is there a way for Maki to also achieve Toji's level of physicality? Gege answers and says yes. Maki's challenge in the future will be to find a way to get closer to that level. Maki's way of thinking in the past was to compensate her non-existent cursed energy with her powerful physical strength. After seeing Toji, she shifted her mindset to think about what she does and doesn't need to discard. This challenge that Gege is referring to would come during Maki's visit to the Zenin clan. After being completely sliced up by her father Ogi so badly to the point where we literally see panels of her guts falling out of her stomach, Ogi throws both Maki and her twin sister Mai into a room full of grade 2 and below level cursed spirits. Mai is then forced to breathe her cursed technique into Maki, and we then learn why Maki was being held back. Because Maki and Mai are twins, cursed techniques treat them as one individual. Even if Maki works insanely hard because she wants to become strong, it won't matter because Mai doesn't. As long as she's around, Maki will never develop. By Mai giving up her life so Maki could live, Maki maximized her heavenly restriction. With her new power, Maki's able to easily take down literally every member of the Zenin clan that's alive at this point in the series. Ranta even remarks that the Zenin clan is only around because of Master Toji's whim. And now Maki has become the same in the sense that they now hold the power to end the existence of the entire clan. Maki goes on to blitz Ogi, who had previously taken down Maki, and the entire Kukuru unit at once before encountering the Hei. The Hei are a group recognized as semi-grade 1 or higher, and they're the strongest sorcerers in the Zenin clan. But they aren't even enough to challenge the monster that Maki has become until Naoya. Naoya is able to land a barrage of attacks on Maki and outspeed her numerous times. Even Maki knows that this is bad because Maki had lost too much blood against fighting her father Ogi. She wasn't in a position where she could fight for much longer. In other words, everything that Maki has done after her first round with Ogi, she did while likely being extremely fatigued. Naoya's cursed technique is projection sorcery. On a very surface level, projection sorcery allows the user to map out 24 predetermined movements using 24 frames. And as long as they don't egregiously ignore the laws of physics, the caster can continuously build up speed by maintaining the cursed technique. However, before, Maki couldn't see the 24 movements Naoya and Obito made, but with their new body, Maki can now see all of them. This is extremely impressive because Naoya during this fight had been confirmed to have reached subsonic speeds, which is also the fastest confirmed speed of any character in the entire series. Maki has removed her limitations around her heavenly restriction and has now eliminated all cursed energy from her body. She now has all the benefits that I've mentioned earlier that Toji had received from leaving the world of cursed energy behind, along with a body of steel. However, there is still a major difference between Maki and Toji that hadn't been outlined for over 40 chapters to come. Upon entering the Culling Games just like Toji, Maki can pass through barriers without being detected. However, before, Naoya was killed without cursed energy. This allowed Naoya to come back as a cursed spirit to confront Maki. During this fight, Maki gets completely destroyed by Naoya when he first transforms. This is also extremely impressive on Naoya's part because Maki had time to prepare and still got blitzed. We'll talk a little bit more about Naoya's speed scaling a little bit later, but it's important to note that Maki, who was able to match Naoya's top speed before, is now a blitz level below Naoya, and therefore a blitz level above his older self. Naoya being someone who can perception blitz both Yuji and Choso, while implying he's holding back. I've seen many argue that perhaps Yuji and Choso are off guard in this instance, but because of the simple fact that Naoya literally informs Yuji that his original death sentence is back on the table, and Naoya literally says he plans on breaking Yuji's legs, both of these remarks should put Yuji and Choso on the defensive immediately, meaning he's likely on guard. This new Naoya, who's a blitz level above Maki, who's able to react to Naoya at top speed, should scale way above anybody that either Yuji and Choso fight and show relativity speed-wise. After getting blitzed by Naoya, Maki says that she can now heal from her injuries in only 5 minutes. This is all the more impressive when we see that Maki is literally throwing up blood, meaning that Maki likely suffered from internal bleeding. When Mio and Daido show up, Maki throws Daido her sword, but the sword begins to react completely differently once Daido begins using it. Upon grabbing the blade, Daido's presence shocks everyone, but it's not from cursed energy, and instead from sheer lethality. Daido is a swordsman who fights without cursed energy. What's extremely impressive about Daido is that he can't see cursed spirits. But Daido says that it doesn't matter, because if he can see everything else besides it, then it's practically the same. Maki realizes that there's a big difference between her and the guy she met in Shibuya, Toji Fushiguro. Upon being asked by Mio to enter the simple domain for a match of sumo, Maki explains that she needs to clear her mind. While playing sumo, Mio was able to show Maki what she was missing. While Maki may now have the same heavenly restriction as Toji, her mindset was completely off. Mio says that Maki doesn't understand what Daido was trying to tell her. To fully explain it to Maki, Mio says that they have to play a game of sumo. Mio explains that Maki has let herself become captive by herself, her opponent, curses, or maybe even humans. Maki realizes that what she was missing was freedom, and by the time Maki realized this, she left the domain a new person and says that she now feels amazing. This new Maki, while nothing changed physically, she now has some new insane abilities. Naoya, who now at top speed can no longer hit Maki, says that he should be overwhelming her with speed. Maki says that Naoya's every move is being relayed to her through her surroundings. Maki says that she had grown content because now she had become the same as everyone else. There are things that only she can see, and there's things that only Toji could see. Maki can now use the minute changes in the air temperature and density surrounding surrounding her as a form of precognition to predict her opponent's moves. She can now also move in the air, something that shocked her when she saw Toji doing it in Shibuya. And now Maki is capable of doing the same thing. Maki is now capable of tagging Naoya, who previously had blitzed her before, meaning that this Maki is now a tier above any other Maki that we've ever seen. In a last-ditch effort for survival, Naoya opened up a last-minute domain expansion. But of course, like I mentioned earlier, Maki and Toji cannot be trapped inside barrier techniques, and the only way for Maki to be trapped inside a domain is for her to consent, because domains treat her the same as a building. Maki now has also gained the ability to use the Soul Split Katana. She's now able to see the souls of even inanimate objects. Along with Naoya's sure hit not being able to recognize Maki, Naoya was defeated easily, and Maki has now become Toji's equal, meaning the same power that I mentioned earlier that was able to overwhelm both Gojo and Geto should be well in Maki's reach. When we compare Maki's next fight with Sukuna, her growth becomes even more apparent. Unlike many believe, it's a massive misconception that generally all of Sukuna's output had been limited this entire fight. Lightning446, a translator on Twitter, has clarified this misconception in a retranslation, saying that Sukuna's limitation on his output is only in reference to his curse technique, meaning Maki's fight with Sukuna should be a valid gauge for her strength. During this fight, Maki's able to contend and clash with Sukuna and also seems to be Sukuna's main focus. Even at the end of the fight, after Urame mentions that Urame didn't weaken the ice around Maki and only Yuji, Sukuna says that Urame did fine, and focusing Urame's cursed energy towards Maki was the right choice. Maki had gone from a Jujutsu sorcerer who Dagon wouldn't even care to split 1% of his power towards, to someone who even someone as strong as Sukuna agrees that it's better to focus on. And most of all, a fighter that's equal to Toji Fushiguro. If you enjoy Jujutsu Kaisen content, please leave a like and subscribe, and comment on some video ideas you want to see be done down below.